Righty, Banter fam, what's happening? Okay, so one fat green candle will take the pain away. However, it has not really begun yet. Bitcoin is the one currently leading the race. Okay, and we haven't even had a strong dominance collapse yet. Therefore, you can see the altcoins, how they just react on a strong Bitcoin. Now, imagine you got a strong downwards trend when it comes to the actual Bitcoin dominance. Now, I saw a question and a debate. Right? The debate in the chats were, are retail here? No, retail are not here. Retail only come over here on altcoins. We are still way ahead when it comes to the rest of the market. Right now, it's a little bit of a lifeline, maybe getting some people's attention, but retail are not here. Now, remember, this market has been chopping for the last couple of weeks. We are now starting to exit that chop, which means that pullbacks are going to be scarce. Right? You are going to get these long directional moves. And to be honest, looking at the weekly on Bitcoin, we're one resistance away from going back to all-time highs. And remember, the moment that we start to get confidence within Bitcoin again, altcoins start getting released. And we can already see here that some altcoins have popped really, really, really hard. So today I want to speak about some new entries on altcoins. I want to show you guys how the mentality has now shifted from a choppy market to something that now starts trending. Okay, because now what you actually want to do is you want to trade a little bit slower and you want to catch the bigger moves, but you don't want to FOMO into the tops. And I want to show you guys how to know where the pullbacks will be, okay, and how to prepare for that and how to just shift the mentality. So guys, today we do wake up on a green day. It's been a while. Now it's time for us to move with the market. Let's change the mindset now and let's get prepared. The bull's time has now come. It's time to see that over 3 months of bearishness, the bears have tried to pull price down, okay, and we've had a way higher low on Bitcoin. Now, what are the bulls about to do? Are we about to actually push Bitcoin to all-time highs? And what the hell does that mean for altcoins? So let's have a great show. Again, in today's show, I'm going to be taking your guys' altcoins. We'll do a bunch of altcoins of you guys today, any altcoins that you want, okay, and I'll be going through the next major entries. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Sheldon, hit the subscribe button. How are we feeling, guys? I know it's only this big to this much red, but it feels good, right? It feels nice to have that little bit of hopium again and that little bit of greenness again. It feels great. And again, I just want to remind you that throughout the entire history of Bitcoin and a lot within crypto itself, the bulls have always won, right? If you go zoom out over the last 10 years, we've been through these bear cycles, but over time, we do end up going higher to the upside. So again, well done to those who have survived, okay? And well done that those have just fought through the hard times. Again, just before we jump onto the tequila again, what I mean by tequila is we now start drinking again. We start having a good time again, right? I want you to still remember the hangover. I want you to still remember the hardship that you just went through. I want you to make sure that before you're about to get incredibly drunk, right, and the market's going to start to rally again, because again, what's going to happen now is the shorts are going to start getting wrecked. I won't be surprised if this market just does not want to pull back for a couple of weeks. It just goes and goes and goes, because that's what's going to create max pain. Those who got flushed out, now they're waiting for a pullback, and it's just no damn pullback, right? And it just goes. So what you got to do really now is focus on those take profits. Focus on what you would be really happy with your portfolio and where these tokens get, and start getting a bit of an idea so that when you are drunk, your hard times are still in the structure, okay? And all you have to do is follow the structure. That's all you have to do. We're about to make money again. We're about to kill it again. But I want you to just recap a little bit that the last 3 months were very, very, very hard, okay? And we need to know that this will come again in a couple of months, or maybe we want to rally for the next 9 months. We shall see, but the times will come again. So make sure that that was not for nothing, right? Make sure that that has improved, and make sure that we are very much good at making money. Keeping it has been the trick, and that's what we've got to pay attention to. So let's jump straight into it. First thing I do want to obviously pop in here, pop up the bubbles and just see a couple of big moves. Not going to lie, when it comes to a daily type of move here, 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗥, a 40% move. So I definitely want to chart some 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗥 in the show today. And looking at a couple of other altcoins, we got 𝗬𝗏. We spoke about 𝗬𝗏 yesterday. I'm actually very proud of this one because the indicator said it as well. If we go here to the weekly and we go to 𝗬𝗏, I think we got a buy signal that I gave you guys yesterday as an investment. Okay, and I gave it to you guys nice and early. I think we're sitting in these areas around 2.4. Right, and look at that. So this indicator, I'm so excited for that's coming. It's gonna help a lot. But look at 𝗬𝗓, guys. 𝗬𝗓, absolute rocket over there. Okay, bonk. So it looks like the memes are starting to wake up a little bit as well. I saw bonk. I see 𝗏𝗏 is starting to wake up over there as well. And I want to speak a little bit about that as well. I even see Altcoin started breaking another barrier over there as well. So we're going to speak a little bit about that as well. But it's always important to just go through, see what's moving nice and strong. Couple of laggers at the moment is Polygon. Okay, this is lagging a little bit. I see a couple of the older coins are also lagging a little bit over here as well, and Hyperliquid as well. Bitcoin Cash, these are all kind of the smaller bubbles. And what that means for me, it doesn't mean that they're crap and not going to pump. It's just like, ooh, they haven't pumped yet. Let me go chart them. Right? Let me go see if they're breaking the major trends. So that's important to use this now to see what's kind of next, right? Because one thing that's important to understand is if we go through a couple of things here, and I just want to go through a few examples, let's say, right? They're all kind of following the same sort of recipe. Okay, they all had a very big trend that they had to get through. Okay, and once they got through the trend, they had to get through an important high to short squeeze. Okay, so if you start to see the recipe of how this played out, and let's go use again 𝗬𝗓 as an example, right? There's 𝗬𝗓 perfect as an example, right? First thing was it was trailing down, making lower lows, lower highs all the way down. But what it also gave us was a really nice trend to track. Okay, and then the important thing to understand is when it breaks the trend, yes, it does start popping a little bit, but when it really gets going is when it actually breaks this wall. Now remember, why is there a wall sitting here? Because you'll see this on a lot of altcoins. It's because that is where the bears were holding control. Every time a level was lost, they were coming in and holding that, and the bears were moving down. And then the bears were sitting over here, which means the shorts, the liquidations, the stop losses, everything is sitting above this area over here. So the moment that you start to pop through it, look how all of a sudden you see this massive short squeeze that happens. So now you go and you go look at a bunch of other alts now, okay, and you will see that, hey, look how Cardano is just starting to get released now. And once it gets through this one, there's another massive short squeeze over here too. Okay, so it gives you an idea of where price is going to accelerate very quickly. I'm telling you this because I want you to know that altcoins are going to move at different times, right? They're going to move separately. You can have a couple of altcoins that are hot today, and tomorrow there'll be a whole new set of altcoins again, right? And it's the recipe that's super, super, super important. Okay, so let's quickly start off here and go to high time frame. This is looking pretty sexy, I'm not going to lie, when it comes to Bitcoin. That is a good weekly candle that we are now forming. Okay, and now it does come down to crunch time. Bitcoin is getting to a big resistance. Firstly, it cracked the first one. That's good, right? The short squeeze has now begun. But now we are sitting with this wall over here. This is a very important wall, right? This is a wall that's basically separating us, and it's the main 618. This is the biggest resistance now on Bitcoin since the last one, right? Once you crack the big one, you get to the next one. But remember, there was only 3 levels away to all-time highs again. We've just passed the first one. Now we are approaching the second level. And what that basically means here is there is going to be some selling pressure over here. This is going to be a little bit of a wall that's sitting. Now, again, I think we are stepping closer and closer and closer to the bottom being in, right? We are definitely getting there. The question is, are we going to have that little pullback that we want? That little pullback, get up, get a little bit more of your positions in, and then get going. If so, this is the area of where it's going to happen. This is where you might see a little bit of slowdown in turbulence within Bitcoin, okay? And then that. But the exciting thing, though, guys, is altcoins are not there yet. So what that means is even if Bitcoin wants to slow down in that area, and I'll go through it now for shortly, altcoins are going to catch up first, though. Okay, so altcoins are now extremely lagged behind, and they haven't even started their short squeeze. So if you liked all of these games over here, we haven't even started the main short squeeze yet. We haven't even started the fat green weekly candle just yet. Okay, so this, if we go back over here now, that on that high over there is only when we start our short squeeze. So what it's telling us is even though there's a little bit of turbulence on Bitcoin, and we'll go through that on the shorter time frame now, there is still more upside in altcoins. There's still definitely a strong catch up to come within alts. And then 60% of the dump will be erased. Okay, and then that will be the big level. So again, Bitcoin passed the first level. Okay, and now altcoins have to do the same thing. Altcoins are now sitting at the first level. After that, second level. After that, we are in all-time high territory. So again, the question was, is retail here? No. retail are not here. Well done. You are part of the 20% club that's going to make a lot more money than the 80% that are possibly going to actually lose their capital, right? This is where retail come in, and on the break of this area over here. Okay, so this is how much ahead you are of the rest of the market right now. Okay, because that is when a lot of people, and again, I'll be back at 50, 80, 100,000 views on shows. That's where everything just comes flying back at a massive rate, right? When that happens over there. Okay, so again, going back to on Bitcoin over here, big resistance zone over here. Guys, if we break this week, like, then the next resistance at 100. Like, if we break this in the next 24 to 48 hours and we break $96,000 or $97,000, like, there's a possibility we had all-time highs next week on Bitcoin. Okay, and it just shows you again that the hard times, okay, equal the result. Okay, so the longer that you chop sideways, okay, over here, look how fast the result pays you. And you can see that it's nearly the same length. Look how much we went sideways here. That's the result, right? So again, I won't be surprised if it does want to go quickly. Okay, and that's why I've been screaming and screaming and screaming. Don't get chopped up. Don't quit. Don't get out. Don't don't do it, right? Because again, it changes in literally 2-3 green candles. It starts to shift very quickly. So now we are still sitting with some really good altcoin opportunities, and I'll go through that shortly. Okay, but this is the big zone. So on the weekly, what we want to see, and I'll bring this up again tomorrow. Okay, the big zone for Bitcoin this week is get above $98,000 by the end of the week. If so, there's nothing stopping us next week from an all-time high break. Then you are going to see altcoins rip, right? Because people are basically going to know that, oh, Bitcoin's safe again. Bring on the risk. Bring on the risk. Let's go all in on alts. And that's when your altcoins are really going to pop. Okay, so again, in the interim, what are we looking for now? We want to make this money, right? We want to get this pop over here. So are we going to slow down here? Is there some entries? We're going to talk about that in a short time frame now. But that's what we can do now over the next day or two. Let's make this money, right? Which is still another 20, 30% from where we are now, right? And then here is where the real juice and that happens. And by then, we want to be loaded. We want to be in. We want to be set and ready to go. We don't want to have to fiddle. We don't have to want to change trades. We have the best damn entries. And now we sit and make money by sitting on our damn hands, right? Then we can switch our brains and start looking at, hey, TPs, what are we going to start doing next? Okay, we got it. We're good. Say yes in the chat. Yes, 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 we are good. Oh, by the way, who wants Bitfunded? I will give away 5 Bitfunded accounts to you guys today. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. Tell me who wants it. Say yes in the chat. I want Bitfunded. Okay, and we'll give away some Bitfundeds. Okay, let's jump into the short-term analysis over here. So what you've seen here is a nice little squeeze, but let's talk about it on Bitcoin. So here is my plan, guys. Here is my play. I think we are going to have that. And this is on the short time. Now, remember, I just showed you the weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart, you're not going to see much. You're going to see one candle. But inside that candle, there's going to be a lot of movement, right? So what we're doing now is we're zooming into that one candle. So now we zoom into that one candle and we pop up to the 12 or the 8 hour over here. Okay, and this one's telling me that a short-term pullback can start right now. Okay, a short-term pullback and then another leg to the upside. So basically telling me a little cool off from the market, okay, because Bitcoin has just had a nice strong little rally now, nice little cool off over here, and then we go for the next leg. So guys, pay attention. For those who don't have trades, who don't have positions, this is the pullback here we want to pay attention to. Now remember, what is going to happen here? Okay, and I want to explain to you what has changed now, because this is vital and very important to understand. If you don't move with the market, it's going to change things quickly. And that was the big problem we made a couple of weeks back. We kind of stuck with the same mentality, but yet when Bitcoin was changing its pattern, we were still in the old mentality. We basically were, you know, we had the new iPhone, but we had the software from a while ago, right? We had an old school software. So what that means over here is you were getting used to price going up and rejecting, and price going up and rejecting. This has been your reality over the last couple of weeks. That is now going to change, which means that you had this availability to buy multiple times. You don't get that when the market is rallying. You don't get much time when it comes to a market is now trending and to buy, which means limit orders are vital. Limit orders on important levels, so you don't FOMO anymore. You don't chase the greenness anymore. You put limit orders at big supports. And you allow that when the fast flush out, because what happens now is now we're no longer in this phase of chop, 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 chop. Now what happens is we start rallying and rallying and rallying and rallying and chop, rally and rally and rally, right? That's what starts to happen now. We start to do stuff like this, where there is a rally up, quick chop, a little bit aside, and we go again. Which means that for you, if you like, oh, this was a sexy pump over here, what you then do is you go look at where are supports for this token and go put limit orders in. So that when you're not with the PC or the computer or the phone or anything like that, when those quick little wick or quick little pullbacks come, right, that is where it's going to trigger, and that's where you're going to be buying. No more chasing into the pumps, and no more like thinking that you're going to be awake when it happens. Because what that means is it's not going to just do this anymore. These days can be gone for a little while, guys. Again, we will know as this progresses. But I want you to mentally wise start preparing for this, because this, where you have time, is now starting to disappear. Market is now trending. And when it's trending, it's hungry and it wants to go. And think about the FOMO. When the tequila shots are coming out, they're coming up. We're not having one shot and then chilling on the couch. They're coming now. Every 10 minutes, there comes a shooter, right? That's how it is. It's that mentality of people are going to get drunk now and that hype's going to happen. And then now and then, the bounce is going to come in and kick 20% of the club out, right? And that's going to be that little wick that comes. That little wick that comes just chops people up quickly and then moves on, right? And that's the bouncer that just comes and say, hey, you're getting a little bit too tipsy too quickly. Let's quickly take your money there for free and let's get you out of here. Right? And that's what happens. So again, just be aware now that as these tokens are moving up, there is great supports that are sitting, and you're going to put limit orders over there to catch them, because it will be quick, then it will do this, and then it will start rallying up again. And the first dip is always the biggest dip, okay? Which is basically, it comes, aggressive push, and then it's a little bit higher, and then it gets going. We saw this lots in November. Okay, so here is big resistances on Bitcoin. Let's go through analysis now. I've taught you now. You understand the mental game has now shifted and changed, okay? And also your time frame has now shifted too. Traders, listen up. Leverage traders, listen up, right? You are now going to trade a little bit slower. No financial advice, just my experience that I'm talking about here. You get to trade the bigger moves now. So why zoom in every day and try catch the little ones when you can catch the tsunami, right? It's like surfing. Why want to go catch 10 little small waves when you can catch the biggest waves of your life right now, and you can make more money than ever just by getting one good entry, right? So your 4 hours and your 8-hour charts are great charts right now to focus on entries for trading, right? Catch the bigger wave. Catch this big wave over here. TP now. Wait for a real strong little pullback. Wait for the RSI to hit the bottom. It's at the top right now. Be patient. Let it hit the bottom. Get in again and trade with the market, because short-term trading can actually wreck you really bad in this market if you're timing it incorrectly. It can hurt you, because again, for as more as this token pumps now, you remember yesterday I said, hey, we're here. This was your risk, right? That was your reward when we were buying yesterday, right? There we go. Okay, that's your risk. That's your reward. Now, look at this now. Yes, it can go there, but look at your risk. Right? Your risk has now just increased a lot more. So short-term trading in a upwards trend market, okay, can really, really, really damage where you can trade a little bit of the bigger wave. Always focus on the risk. The risk is the very important thing to pay attention to. So my big levels here on Bitcoin is we have currently hit one resistance. However, we might go a little bit higher, but let's see. I actually expect we can have a rejection from here now. Then I see Bitcoin going back down to the early 90,000s, and then we get ready for the next pop to $100,000 Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be just incredible, right? If we are back in this week at any point now, we're gone, right? Incredible. So that's what I see, a short-term flush out, okay, that happens over here, and we start getting ready for the next move. If we decide to go higher from here, because again, I won't be surprised the market wants to go up and up and up. Why? Because everyone hated on it for so long, right? Remember, Bitcoin got bullied. Crypto got bullied. People quit on it. They said it was so. I wouldn't be surprised. It just wants to go. If so, then that's the play over there. We decide to pop to 100 from here, and then we drop down. Okay, so that is second scenario, but that one is not confirmed until we're above this $95,000 zone. I spoke about it yesterday, and that's what I'm preparing for over there. When it comes to your altcoins, this is important because the altcoin pump did not start yet. The real altcoin pump comes on the next pump. Because remember, confidence is coming back now. Altcoins have been bleeding hard. They took way bigger of the hit. The bigger move is coming next on the altcoins. So you have still a big opportunity for some great buys. So what you could see here is alts are hitting a resistance, right? Now they can go a little bit higher, but this is going to happen, and that is going to happen at any point. Okay, and it may happen from right now, and I'll give you guys the levels on the alts now. It may happen like that, not as deep. Okay, maybe to this area over here. So about a 5%, 6-7% pullback from where we are now. Quick shake like that and gone. Next pump on alts is going to be beautiful. Okay, remember guys, I see Sheldon is about to be on. Bull market is my market. This is one place. The market goes up again. This is the place. There's no better place anywhere on YouTube, anywhere in crypto. Bull market. It's my shit, right? Okay, let's go. Here, shake out and then get pushed up over there. So this is the opportunity you want to pay in alts. Again, your altcoins are now going to have that catch up. They did not even start their short squeeze yet. Their short squeeze starts from here. And then we have a super strong rally to the upside and these areas over here. Bitcoin dominance. Interesting. Again, it is making, okay, it is in a bearish pattern, uprising wedge. So it is telling us yet again, if we zoom out and we go look at where the hell we are right now, we're at the last resistance here. Otherwise, we're going to 70%. You know what? If Bitcoin wants to blow to 150K, then maybe Dominance does want to go there. But I want to remind you again, at any point now, this dominance can start putting in some real big red candles. Okay, and I do suspect that it will start once we get through these highs over here. And where it will really begin is this high over here. And I want us to do one more thing before we jump into the altcoins. One more thing over here on the alts. This is what I really think can happen, right? And you know what? I don't care about losses. The main thing about losses is survival. Just survive, just survive. You lose money, it's fine. Just don't quit, don't survive, okay? And go again, right? I also had to go through 2 years of down. I had to go through, I get it, okay? But I trade every day for this big rally, okay? The one that actually changed my life 4 years ago. Okay, I saw it in person. I saw that wave. It exists, right? So if someone thinks it don't exist, it exists, right? That's why you have a lot of people that are still here in crypto. But what I expect at any point, right, is the first thing now is we have road to recovery. So altcoins now, we start rallying up, let's say, we start making our way up. But at any point here, we are going to start this banana zone. And you're just going to see this, then this, then this, and then we are done for another couple of years. That, for me, can still very much happen this year. Very much, where it just does this now. No pullbacks. Remember here, look at the pullbacks. Not much, right? Not much. Just now and then a liquidation wick that comes out. Now and then it comes with a big one and then continues. But that for me is definite. At any point, this dominance will do something like this. When it is ready, it's going to do something. It will be a drop, and then we go into bear market again. Boom. That's what I'm trading for. That's where my mind is at. That's where I'm prepared, and that's what I've been getting ready for. Okay, let's jump into the altcoins. I'm going to show you guys the technique to use, so you can go do it on any of your altcoins. So a lot of altcoins are kind of repeating the same thing as previously. Okay, haters said no alt season. Guys, yes, they have a right to say this alt season has taken some time. Right? But sometimes you just have to move with the bull. But to say that there's never going to be else, it's bull crap. Terrible. Don't listen, change channel, mute, mute it, gone. Right? You have to believe, and you have to have conviction. Okay? Altcoins will run because it brings everyone into crypto. Okay? And that is exit liquidity. I'm sorry, but that's just the facts, right? Bitcoin is not going to bring millions of people into the world. Only smart investors are in Bitcoin right now. What retail are in Bitcoin right now? Right? But when the altcoins are going and your damn meme coins are making you hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Or making 10,000, that is where people are going to fly to. And that's going to bring millions and millions and billions of dollars for exit liquidity. It's just the truth of it, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's go through a couple of them. Let's go through ETH. Firstly, ETH is still lagging very much. So here's the two plays now. So what I've marked here is two resistances. Okay, if Bitcoin rejects right now, guys, okay, all of your altcoins you will see are at resistances right now. And what they're going to do is you're going to come just above where we actually popped off yesterday. And then we're going to get going. So example over here on ETH, and let me just draw it up over here again. So you see that when we've popped now, you'll see we're at resistance. And you know what? I might want to go a little bit higher. Okay, and I want to explain this to you now, and then I'm going to fly through the altcoins. If we reject now with Bitcoin, we are going to come where these supports are, where we broke out yesterday. We are going to turn what was this wall of sell pressure into a buying pressure wall. Your green team is about to take over this land over here that the red team was conquering, right? Now it's going to turn green, and that is where, again, it can happen nice and quick. It can come in a little flag like this, but boom, boom, and then we get going. So my good ETH buys are now sitting at this 1,720. That's where the good zones are. So if you go through a bunch of them now, you go look at Solana, you will see that Sol is sitting at a wall, right? So again, I'm going to clean up the chart here and just show you that this ones that it broke through yesterday, that is now support. Where we are sitting at right now is resistance. So again, after this, you could see that the next pop to Sol is to $190. Okay, so there's a fat, nice pump incoming. If the market was to rip from here today, we are going there. Then this one will be where we're going to come to on the bounce or on the pullback, right? Or if we reject now, which I prefer, okay, before we just, let's make sure we're 100% ready, right? Is here, we drop off over here, Sol goes back to about the 140, and then from there, we get ready for a $200 Solana, right? That's where things start moving. ONDO started waking up, but it's into resistance, which means ONDO comes here to support. Then, guys, look at the ONDO short squeeze that's incoming. There's going to be a fat ONDO pump, right? Which means, again, you don't, oh, it's going to be a pump. We go buy now. No. No. You buy on support. You don't buy in resistance, right? I want to show you here yet again. If an altcoin is sitting and it is moving like this and it starts pumping now, let's say now it started to pump the last 24 hours, but it's sitting with a whole bunch of this stuff on the left, previous highs, it's resistance. No. You rather wait for it to break into support, and that's where you buy. Because if you don't, this can easily go back here to support and then go. And this is going to shake you out. You don't want to get shaken out for no reason. Okay, so until we have broken resistance, focus on support of where you want to buy. Okay, and all that is a previous high or previous area that we just recently broke. So here we go in ONDO yet again. Where to focus on buys right now is right over there. That is where we focus on buys. So good buys now on ONDO is 88 cents to the 91 cent mark. Boom. That's the buy zone. And after that, guys, look at the damn short squeeze. Right? Look at the squeeze that you're going to see here. Let's just pop it back on over here. There's a big trade incoming here. This is going to be a sexy one. Right? From here, boom. Strong rally to those areas over there. Okay? And again, if it wants to rather pop through here, then you wait. Let this box turn into green. And remember, a nice little tool to add with this is if we pop through and now we're coming down to support, oh, which one are we going to bounce on? This one, RSI. If the RSI is at the bottom and we're at this one, buy. If we're at that one, buy, right? If the RSI is still in the middle, okay, and we are not there yet, then wait, right? So very important. Yes, ceilings become the floor, 100%. Yes. Guys, who enjoyed school yesterday? I think you can still get in. I'm sure we can make a plan, Matt. Just put a link there. Let's see. Someone can still get in. I got a big event happening again tomorrow night. Make sure you're there. Okay. Let's go through. ALGO. So here is ALGO. This again, big trade incoming, but it's at resistance right now. So just be aware, there's resistance. So if it wants to reject here, we come down here and we rip. So guys, I'm saying this again. The next pump is an altcoin pump. It is a big pump. So rather pay attention. Be a little bit patient if you have not bought yet, and get ready to buy a support buy. If it breaks through a little bit today, buy the retest, right? And again, from here, that's what we get prepared for, and a rally up. And this is why, again, if a rejection happens now, why is retail going to be here? They're not here yet. They're not here yet. When things are up 300%, then retail come. There's resistance. There is support. So Cardano, your buys are 67 to 68 cents. Okay, next one over here. Say. Let's go down over here. They say you could see it clearly. Jump to the 4-hour chart. I want you to see what I am seeing, guys. I want you to learn. I want you to fish. I want you to be in charge. So here again, from here, boom, rocket ships. AVAX had a strong ass pump straight into resistance. The next one is big. So again, AVAX, your buys are here at the 20 to 21 rip off. Okay, so we could see it very much. Ones that I really want to catch on this next pullback, guys, is 𝗫 protocol. 𝗫, my buy zones are sitting here at 2.3 to 2.35. Okay, those are in Sniper Club, guys. Join me today. We are at market open. I'm giving you all of these entries and stop losses and everything today. Keep eye on the Sniper Club group. You're getting all the trades, right? Where to put the stop, all of that. For those who are here on YouTube, pay attention. Again, here, drop here, rocket ship. Okay, so your buys here are 𝗫, 2.3, 2.4. Great buy zones. Okay, let's pop into XRP. Same thing with XRP. Pop down, rip off over here. Okay, so again, guys, all of these alts are still available on the pullback. All of them. Solana is still available. If you think any alt has pumped too much, it's not true. But the next pullback, because remember, if an altcoin pumps 50%, it will pull back 20%. An altcoin that pumps 10% will pull back 5%. So everything's in ratio. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is all of them have only just broken out of the ranges now. These are going to be retested, and after this, rocket ships are incoming. And from here, things are going to fly very, very, very quickly at any point. I see we called Popcat yesterday, rocket, right? I think we called GRT yesterday, rocket, right? I think we called a Chainlink yesterday, rocket. We called a Sonic yesterday. This is a good one as well, guys. Sonic buys here at this late 40 cents mark. Good buys on Sonic. Right, and you can see here. And then I'm saying, once we get through these next buys, guys, after this, the next buys are only in 5 to 7, maybe 10 days, realistically. Okay, so after these next buy zones at income, may the market want to pump another day or so now, fine. But when the next buy zones come, after that, 7 to 10 days. Because after that, the market's going to trend again and there's nothing to buy because your risk is increasing as that thing is pumping. So really pay attention to what the buys are and the focus points over here as well. Guys, quick shout out to a couple of sponsors. Blowfin, you're looking for exchange to trade. Join Sheldon or Blowfin today and get up to $5,000 in bonuses. There is tons of deposit bonuses. So big shout out to Blowfin. Great exchange. Love them to bits. Been with them for a while now. Okay, and in the description, you will find a Blowfin link. If you sign up with that, you can join school for free. Okay, guys, lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, let's do a couple of tokens. Where am I going, Sheldon? Sorry. Okay, I got to give away 5 Bitfundeds, and I'm going to do some of your tokens. Okay, bring me tokens. Arbitrum. Who wants Bitfunded, guys? Who wants Bitfunded? Let me get this up again. Okay, Maddie, give me a couple of tokens here, sir. Arbitrum. Dot. Okay. Next one. ONDO. I did ONDO. Next one. Adrian, we did do ONDO, brother. If you want to go check, you'll see there in a little bit before, in the probably 10 minutes ago. So we did ONDO. ICP. Okay, let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. There we go. Okay, next one. Swift. Is that Game Swift? Let's do FT. Why is it not doing this? Give me 2 seconds. Oh, here. SWFT USDT. Okay. I don't think that's the ticker. What's Game Swift again? We'll find it again now. Okay, give me another one.
G-Swift. G-Swift.
Yeah, G-Swift. G-Swift over there. Okay, let's go through. Okay, so Arbitrum. Let's go through Arbitrum. Early. Look at that. You know where to buy, right? You know where to buy. It's sitting at resistance now. So there is your buy zone. We are at resistance, which means this is where you want to buy it, right? Here's your buys here. 31 cents to the 31.70, right? That's your buy zones. If we decide to pop through, then this is your buy zone. Okay, but for now, we have not popped through. Therefore, prepare for your buy zone. There's your buy zone. There is your rip-off over there. Fantastic. Higher time frame, incredible entries. It is so cheap if you believe in it. It has done a ridiculous drop over here. And realistically, where we should actually end up from here is we should end up back close to the dollar point over here. So this might be a nice little swing trade as well on spot. Okay, let's go through Polkadot. Okay, I see a trend. I see a fat trend. Ooh, I see a very fat trend. Okay, wait. Let's pop in this over here. Remember your trend lines. Which trend line, Sheldon? The one that has the most touches, right? And the one that's the most relevant as well. Okay, so here is your buy zones on DOT. Remember, guys, these buy zones, I would put limit orders because they are not going to stay there for long. Okay, they put limit orders in and just be patient. Very important. They're not going to stay there long. Okay, your buy zones here, 3.9 to the $4 mark. Okay, again, where we're going, easily to $7, $8 over the next couple of weeks. Easily. Okay, ICP or previous stuff over here. Okay, I haven't tried these alts in long. ICP. Okay, so I see there on the short time frame. Let's zoom in, 8 hour. Let's see where we are at here at the moment. Okay, it hasn't even broken out yet. So that's where it's really going to get going. It's on that breakout there. So again, let it break out, retest. That's where you want to get it. And where are we popping to next? Your next big resistances are at $9. Higher time frame, we obviously can go higher, but for now, $9 is the big areas. G-Swift, gaming. I am a holder of G-Swift. This is making a great pattern at the bottom here. That's the breakout. And to be honest, this will be a very good trade. Not even an investment. A pump from here, easily to these areas of $1. This could be a nice 5x. But remember, this is higher risk, therefore a smaller portion of your portfolio. But this can easily be a 5x over a couple of. This is good. Zoom out, look at that. That's just to there. What happens if this thing was to go here? Right? Huge gains over there as well. Okay, let's give away 5 Bitfunded. Remember Bitfunded. Shout out to Bitfunded. Probably one of the best platforms that you can use right now. Let's see where I did put them. Here we go. Okay, they got these challenges. So let's show you guys these challenges. Here we go. Okay, so you got a stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. You get a $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, and $100,000. That's not what you pay, right? If you want to do the $5,000, $79 is what you pay. There's 2 stages. The first stage is you have to get profits of 8%. Okay? Then you get through the first stage. The next stage, you get 5%. And you get through that stage. After that, you trade, okay, with $5,000. So you only put in $79, you trade $5,000, and you keep 90% of the profits that you make on that account. Here's the next ones. $99 for $10,000 accounts, $249 for $25,000 accounts, and $400 for $50,000 and $100,000 accounts over here as well. So I'm going to give away these over here. If you guys do want, in the description, you will find Bitfunded. Okay, Bitfunded is below. Here is Bitfunded over here. You can open up a Bitfunded account. Especially if you're learning how to leverage trade, I would rather do that. Okay, let's go. Maddie, 5 people, please, sir. Yes, sir. You get a Bitfunded account. Please, there's an email in the description, the giveaways email. Go email there, verify that's you, and you get it. Okay, next one. Louis, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You get it. Next one, Maddie. Donna, Bitfunded for you. Can make millions. Let's go. Yes. I can't say your name, but you got it. Okay, Bitfunded for you. Okay, one more, Maddie. Your future, your choice. Love the name, by the way. Fantastic. Yes, you get it. Tomorrow, guys, I'll be giving away Sniper Club. Remember, you still have time today to join Sniper Club and to meet me for the session today that we are going to do in Market Open. Tons of trades, tons of opportunities. Here is Sniper Club. Market's going up again. So now you can start affording more things. There's Sniper Club. Incredible. Lots of love to you guys all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Let's make money. Goodbye. Okay, cool.